How do you, I mean, you know him, how do you think he would be behind the scenes at the moment?
Oh, I think he's very angry right now. I think he's probably both angry and concerned because again, he knows that there's a possibility that if he's convicted in the federal charges, he could pardon himself, even though there's no precedent for it. It seems to be permissible. He can probably win the case in New York. It's just not as strong of a case. There's not as much legal precedent for bringing something like that, but this is the one that has the possibility of real consequences that he may not be able to find a trapdoor out of.
And do you support him at all as a former staff member under him? Do you support his efforts to run again and buck against all of this?
Look, as a lifelong Republican, I think my goal is to see a candidate who can win a general election. And I don't know if that's the case right now with him. I think that remains to be seen. So I think that's why that's one of the things that the Republican National Committee looks for in debates is a pledge that candidates will support the eventual nominee of the party because we all want to see somebody who can get across the finish line at the end of the day. And it's not clear right now if that's him.
Rudy Giuliani, Mark Meadows also involved in the racketeering. Is it any more or less serious for them?
It's very serious for them, and it increases the risk for Trump because there's an incentive for co-defendants in this type of case to turn on Donald Trump and in exchange for a lighter sentence for themselves or lighter consequences. And I think that's absolutely a risk, particularly with Mark Meadows, who has a history of doing that kind of thing throughout his entire political career. I'd be very concerned about him if I were Donald Trump.